Comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Here, how many of you heard the glorious thunder last night? Wintertime thunder is very special in many, many ways. We want to welcome you and thank you for being here at Unity of the Blue Ridge this morning. We always begin our time together in prayer, so I invite you to take this opportunity to just turn your awareness within as we greet this day together in the spirit of peace. Today we explore, what is this thing that we call peace? Who are we as an ambassador of peace, as an instrument of peace, as a spirit of peace? Today we open our hearts to the blessings that are here. We open our entire being to be blessed, that we may be a blessing. And for this day, a time to celebrate, to fellowship. We are truly grateful. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Thank you for being here this morning. We want to invite you to stand. Our computer, the electricity was out here on Thursday, and our computer decided it doesn't want to wake back up yet. So we don't have PowerPoint. So I get to feed you the lyrics as you sing back. So here we go. Beth is going to join us. Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain. You know this part, sing it out. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your heavenly songs. This part's easy. Here we go. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have sweetly singing through the night. And the bright star in the sky, beaming forth a brilliant light. Beaming forth a brilliant light. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. You got it. You sounded beautiful. Take this opportunity to turn and to extend a warm welcome to those around you this morning. Welcome to the love and the light right here at Unity. All right, this one's a lot easier. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Here we go. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. Love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. In my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. Play it, Richard Schulman. Yeah, play it, Dave De La Rosa. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. Peace like a river. I've peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. In my soul. Peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Last line. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Yeah. You sound beautiful this morning. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you. You may be seated. Who needs technology? You know, the scriptures and the stories sometimes say Jesus or Buddha spoke to 5,000. I'm like, really? How? They didn't have microphones back then. Canyons with a great ecosystem or something, I suppose. We take this opportunity to acknowledge our young people and our youth program. We're so blessed to have a wonderful nursery through teens. And so today we're going to invite those to head over as we extend our blessings to them as they prepare to head out to Sunday school. I'm actually going to be joining our young people today. I'll be speaking the rest of the month, but you are in good hands with John Stringer today. So you are truly going to be blessed. You'll hear more about John, but I get to experience our young people today, and they're going to be in the service with us for just a little bit next Sunday. So let's extend a blessing to our youth, to all youth. And let's also begin to include a blessing to all of these gifts that are going to be making their way to many children. And that blessing says, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity in you. Have a wonderful Sunday school program this morning and a teen program. We'd also like to extend that welcome to any of you that may be here for the first time, especially today. I know many of you, some of you drive, it takes you over an hour to get here, and so rainy days like this make it a little challenging. But whether this is your first time here, whether you're here every Sunday, or whether you're joining us virtually on live stream, we want to welcome you. If this is your first time, if you just simply raise your hand, we'll extend a connections card to you. So hold your hand up just a moment. Unity folks lovingly point to where you saw those go up. Someone told me this morning they found us at Mills River Day. We were set up there this year, and I want you to know, thank you for being here in person today. So it's good that people are finding us and inviting friends. So we extend that blessing to each and every person, that blessing that says, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity in you. So we want to thank you for being here. If you've not yet turned your cell phone off, I invite you to send that into the loving silence by airplane mode or completely off. That helps us keep our airwaves clear around here. Also want to acknowledge, as I mentioned, you'll hear a little bit more about John. He's going to be sharing some wonderful music today. But this amazing band, Joel, our bass player, is out for a little bit because of a surgery. But we're so blessed to have Zach Page back with us this week, joining Dave, Richard, and Pete. Would you show them our appreciation this morning for being here? So next Sunday, I hope you'll be here, and it's an exciting Sunday because our choir will be singing. Our children have a little skit to share with you. We're going to have representatives from the community picking up lots of gifts for children. Some of you have asked, can I still give a gift card or money that will go to those families, and from little ones all the way up to teens? And the answer is yes, all the way through next Sunday, so you can do that. Also, how many of you know what's happening Friday night? Concert. You don't want to miss our holiday concert. It's an amazing lineup. This coming Friday night, 7 o'clock, and then there will be some cookies and apple cider, some refreshments for a time of hospitality after. So we're going to make it a very sweet evening for you to be here. So I want to thank you for that. Also, I want you to know that Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday. So we will have the regular 10:30 morning service, but we have a Christmas Eve evening program. 5 p.m. It's a candlelight program. It's absolutely beautiful. So I hope if you're in town, even if you have family, bring them. I promise you'll enjoy that service. And then something in between, the winter solstice, December 21st. We have a group. There's many, many people in our community that are Reiki workers, energy workers, healing facilitators. So on December 21st, the winter solstice, a group called Healing Oasis, where they gather together. They're going to be here from 4 to 6 p.m. You can drop in anytime and experience prayer or that beautiful healing energy with those individuals. And then at 6:30, they'll be hosting a winter solstice service at 6:30 that'll last probably about 50 minutes to an hour. So if you're around on the winter solstice, we invite you to come out. Last but not least, today is the second Sunday. Every second Sunday is Hospitality Sunday. That means after the service, we get to eat together and fellowship and have coffee and tea and fun. In the back community room, we'll have that after the service. But every second Sunday, we also acknowledge a team. And today I want to acknowledge our hospitality kitchen team, who's headed by Phoebe Reed and Savannah Wheatley. Phoebe and Savannah, would you please stand? These two individuals do so much. Yeah. Thank you. And if you're part of that team, would you stand also? And you know, if you're part of that team, you bring cookies, you bring food for different services, you help with many different things. We want to thank you to that team. So for those hospitality kitchen angels, we truly want to thank them. So Beth Beloit, I'm going to invite Beth to come up and share the inspirational reading today. She's going to introduce John to you. And I get the joy of sharing a story with our children today, and they want to debut their Christmas program to me. So we're going to have some fun. So come on up, Beth Beloit. Would you please welcome our Executive Ministry Associate, Beth Beloit.
Wow, those children are probably pretty excited to have Reverend Darlene go back there and tell them a story. That'd be fun. We could all go crash their party if you want. I wanted to mention another thing to you. Several of you have called about concert tickets, and if you need a concert ticket, there is a sign outside of my office and a sign on my door that says "Tickets available here" inside my office. So there's 2 chairs for you to sit down in case you have to wait. I just wanted to make sure. So let's take just a moment. As we light the second candle of Advent. Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, said, "We should carry the light, joy, peace, and strength we receive on the spiritual heights of consciousness down into our everyday life. Peace is not a passive state. It is an attitude of our spirit, and it springs from a consciousness of spiritual oneness and an active alignment with the divine presence within us. We are here to be instruments of peace, peace on earth, goodwill toward all." And so it is. And so today is a very special day. We get to have John Stringer with us again. Yeah. Our John Stringer. Well, John is a life teacher, a speaker, a Billboard charting singer-songwriter, a healer, an author with a passion for music, community, and alignment with Source from moment to moment. He currently serves as founder of Polyplat Records, partner at Healing Arts Management, and co-host of the Awakened Pillow Talk podcast that he does with Kathy, his wife. Isn't that great? Kathy's quite wonderful. John speaks and performs around the world. After the service, you can learn more about John's music, his book, and all of his offerings, including an upcoming Conscious Creators Retreat in Costa Rica and the Spring Revival John is co-creating with the amazing Ricky Byers, happening at Lake Junaluska, just down the way, right here in Western North Carolina in April. And so for today's music and for the message, we are blessed to have John Stringer with us. Thank you.
So it is an honor to be back. And of course, I'd be remiss without thanking Reverend Darlene for deciding to be with the kids today so I can come and be with you. What a blessing. So I'm grateful that their blessing turned into my blessing to visit with you all again. And I'd also like to thank Reverend Beth and all the wonderful ministers here, all the staff here. Every time I come, I am blessed. So it is a delight to also see some of my past hosts in the house. Augie and Angela, thank you. Good to see you all here. And of course, Karen, Eve, and Peter last time. They were so good to us. And man, we're so blessed because this week we got to stay with Ellen and Michael, who put us up in their beautiful place. So it seems like every time we come, we get to stay with someone new. So it's been a blessing to get to know some of you better. So I'll dive right in. The name of this talk is The Way Forward, Peace. And it's hinges on what was talked about actually in the reading today, oneness and the importance of oneness in order to bring peace. So I'm going to go deep with you real fast. So bear with me, but know that the depths of our power to activate peace in the midst of what feels like chaos requires depth. So that's why we're going to dive right in. So the reality is the problems of our lives are illusions. They are indeed opportunities to experience something we have called in, created, and intended to feel. What if there were a way forward that allows us to see the wholeness, perfection, and blessing in every situation, every perceived problem or issue that arises? Instead of feeling disempowered, we feel empowered by opportunity. So this speaks to the heart of the issue for me. My wife will tell you, even though I get to stand up here and share, I'm sharing what I'm learning. I'm sharing what I'm practicing. And I know that transcendent power of peace and what it brings. But I also know it's not always easy. It's simple, right? But it's not always easy to activate. And it's about letting go of control. Letting go of the control of your thinking from the lower levels of consciousness. From the personality level of who you think you are. That's a sure way to peace. But how does that work? How do you let go of that level of personality, limited condition thinking, that lower level of consciousness that we typically identify with as us? Well, it involves expanding our awareness to levels of consciousness that knows they are more than the body. It involves expanding our awareness beyond those levels of thinking that think we are the body. So these levels of consciousness recognize that we are the essence of all things, that oneness that we talk about, the levels of consciousness that actually know. This level of consciousness I like to call genius can be accessed in many ways, and it is very responsive. And why is that important? Because if we're to release suffering, if we're to find peace in an ever-changing existence, then we must learn to release control and align with the divine intelligence that knows exactly how harmony is achieved. So that's a lot. And it can sound theoretical or philosophical. But in practice, when we're able to connect with that presence through simple breathing, through bringing our awareness to our bodies, and beginning to relax, beginning to notice, letting go of the tension, taking our focus off of the mind chatter and putting it somewhere else, within even. Whatever practice works for us, that's when we make it practical. That's when we take it from the philosophical and we begin to focus our attention on not only recognizing the principle of oneness, but realizing that principle. I've often enjoyed the definition of understanding, like we understand we are one. Recognition, we start to see the patterns that we are one. In realization, we begin to know we are one. That requires that higher level of consciousness and accessing it. And many of us use our practices, and it's not foreign to some of us. Some of us have forgotten. But moving from philosophy to practicality is the way forward to peace. And it's not easy, I'll repeat, it's not easy, but it's very possible through our practice. And sometimes we need reminders. Have you ever been reminded physically that you're out of alignment and that you've forgotten your oneness? Yeah. I've been going through that reminder. The doctor told me, you may have an ulcer. After going through an accelerated 6 weeks to finish a undergrad degree. I finished, thank goodness. Thank you. I was almost at the finish line. In the last 6 weeks, I was going to bed like, oh, my stomach every night. And then the mornings, oh, my stomach. I go into my meditation, doing my best to relieve it. And it hit the crux over Thanksgiving. Over Thanksgiving, we went to Pittsburgh, North Carolina. And maybe 28 of us, my wife, 28 of us all gathered on the farm. We do this every other year. And honestly, I was kind of struggling because I had a paper, 62-page paper I was finishing, plus another paper for another class, plus 2 exams, all due the 26th. I think Thanksgiving was like, the 25th or something? It was ridiculous. So I'm like, Source, you told me to do this. Why is it happening this way? Why? I had so much resistance to the way it was going down. My wife didn't like it either. And so while everybody else is having a good time doing the thing, I'm in there studying and come out every now and then to spend a little time. Then I got to go back to the books because I got a deadline. And I got to tell you, I was second guessing the guidance I had received over a year ago to go back to school. Like, I just don't understand what this is about. And it was really hard to accept what was going on. And all of a sudden, my stomach just started hurting more and more and more. And finally, it was to the point where I was on my knees. And we were planning to go to the doctor. Thankfully, the neighbor was an ER doctor and played a house call. So we didn't have to sit in line. She came up to the bedroom, checked me out, asked me my symptoms, said, yeah, you probably got an ulcer and something else going on. Make sure to see your doctor. I did. Long story short, taking care of it. But it showed me the physical manifestation of my stress. I didn't even know I was stressing, I'll be honest. I'm looking at my tasks and like, okay, I got to get this done, okay. And I'm thinking determination. I'm going to power through this. Okay, I got to forego this, forego this. Okay, don't like it, but I'm going to power through. All of a sudden, I start doing that, and it's like, oh, it hurts. What's going on? And every time I'd look at the list, oh, it hurts. I'm like, okay, that's stress. I didn't know that was stress. It taught me. It's like, wow, okay. Stress doesn't have to be just the quality of the thoughts you're thinking about. I got to get this done. It can be the vibration you're bringing to it. The vibration I was bringing to it was lack. Like, oh man, I've got to do this and I can't do that. I lack the ability to do what I want to do, but I'm going to get this done anyway. You know, I was suffering galore and I didn't know. But guess what? We have this wonderful system called a physical body. that will let you know if you're not paying attention, sometimes the hard way. And so since then, every time I begin to stress, I feel it. And I'm grateful. It's helping me remember that vibration isn't what I need. Had I been taking the same awareness and practice to the work that I'd been doing prior to going back to school, I probably wouldn't have ended up in that situation, I'll be honest. But sometimes we move into things where that morning practice or that meditation practice or whatever it is that helps us begin to recognize, realize, and remember we're one, we move into something else and totally forget it, right? The practice is to help us make it a habit. So when we're in the situation, we begin to remember and bring that back. And if we forget, it's okay, because there are plenty of things designed within us to remind us. So I give thanks for that. Any situation has infinite possibilities already present. So this is actually the conundrum for those who remain in the limited condition thinking like I was. We forget and don't realize the power we have to transcend the suffering and bring peace. Even when I, John, the speaker, teacher, Billboard charting singer, songwriter, et cetera, fall into troubled waters, I become the struggling person who forgets as well and is treading water trying to remember my power. I find myself forgetting at times and tap into this healing intelligence that not only guides my thinking, but brings forth powerful source energy to relieve the blocks, the stress, the tension I have created, at times subconsciously. And it guides me to a state of inner harmony, a state of peace that is relative. At times, it's a state of acceptance and bliss. At other times, it's a state of transcendence and wonder. This is the power of letting go of control and allowing yourself to be guided by that divine intelligence. So now, when the pain comes and I'm reminded, I breathe, relax. Sometimes I place my hand on my belly and I begin to align, allow, let go. Align, allow, let go. And I let that source energy come in and do its thing. And it's such a powerful way for me to remember. So whatever practice you're using, if it works in the moment for you, great. Let that help you align, because that's best to allow yourself to let go and access the higher levels of consciousness so that you can find peace. Peace being relative, what does that mean? That means whether it is a situation where I feel discomfort, fear, pain, I'm able to access peace. Does peace change the external? Not necessarily. Have you ever heard someone say, I wish for a world of peace? Right? Nothing wrong with that. But if we wait on that, we might miss our opportunity for peace, because it's not dependent on the external. Peace precedes external dependency, as we are at peace until we project that power elsewhere. But it also transcends and nullifies this limitation. Peace brings you into a state of knowing that feels and realizes all is well and always is, not just affirms. We can affirm, we can recognize, we can understand, and once we realize and know, it is done. That's the peace that's our birthright whenever we wish. But here's the question, or a question. Why do we not achieve it? If we have this power at our beck and call, why do we not achieve it? A better question is, what do we choose instead? Often we choose suffering because that's what fills us up with fulfillment in the moment. Believe it or not, many of us are in a state of perpetual fear. Fear of missing out. FOMO, as the youth call it, right? You ever seen the social addiction where you can't seem to put down the phone and checking every minute, people who have that issue? Or they have the phantom vibrations of the phone. Phone's not actually there, that's a real thing. In our time, phantom watch. In our time, phantom phone ringing is a real thing. How interesting that is, right? That wonderful fear of missing out keeps a lot of people tuned in, some of our family members, to the news. Have to feel like they want to keep up with every breaking story. Can't break away, right? Nothing wrong with that by any means, all of it. Nothing wrong with any of it. The question is, how does it feel? How does it make us feel, right? I've had to curtail my social interaction. A long time ago, decided to cut out the news. Many of us have learned that wonderful tip if you don't want to feel anxious. But cutting out and creating systems to put in place boundaries for the things that make us feel stress and fear. I've learned that that is important, and the question becomes, how does it feel when you engage in the behavior you engage in? Does it feel fulfilling? If it feels fulfilling, have at it. If not, it becomes the question of, is my behavior something I'm just not aware of what it's really creating? And can I become more aware of what I'm creating internally? Sometimes we choose things that we're, let's say, addicted to or out of habit just because it nullifies something or makes us feel a certain way instead of dealing with something else. This was me and alcohol. Alcohol was my favorite go-to to feel a little better, and there were things that I wasn't dealing with internally. It was a way to kind of escape those, and when I stopped using alcohol and had to deal with those things, I was like, oh, okay. Now it's time to get real, go a little deeper. And again, no judgment. I'll be the first to tell you I've used many things to distract myself from healing work and enjoyed it. And that was my path. That was what I was supposed to be doing at that time until it's enough. So we choose suffering because we kind of like it. Case in point. Anyone grow up watching scary movies? Why would anybody go to something and be scared to death? Right? Why? I did it too growing up. Now I don't do it, not because it scares me, it's just, after you've seen a lot, you're kind of like, that's not even scary anymore. But isn't that an interesting phenomena? You have a genre designed to scare the poop out of you. And if you are scared, those people who like that genre, then it was a success. We love fear. But some of us don't even realize it, right? Me and my wife talk about drama. We finally found a drama that we love together. Anybody ever seen Suits? Yeah. So we watched this show called Suits. I'm not a drama guy. I don't really like, but I love that show. I'm like, I don't know what it is about it. It's fascinating. It's so much drama. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, here we go again. The Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde scenario, right? Somebody turns from compassionate to vindictive. It's this different patterns of drama, but we love it. We certainly love it. We tune into it all the time. But then we do the same thing in our lives often, these different genres. So that's why I'm saying there's no judgment. It's just the things we create and attract in our lives. We bring these things about on a global scale. The conflicts of wars and nefarious plots, the scary storylines, right? We co-create this wonderful mix of drama, of fear, of suffering. Now, does that mean we should be insensitive anyway? Of course not. That's not love, right? Does that mean we should be judgmental? No. That's not love. It means we should be aware. The path to peace is beginning to accept the reality. Yes, it is an illusion, and yes, it can scare the freaking heck out of us. Yes, it is an illusion, and yes, we love to suffer. As we become aware, we can suddenly begin to expand that awareness and get to the place where we choose differently. But if we're in denial, if we're insistent upon, one, its realness, it's really hard to break out and see it's an illusion. If we're insistent upon justifying our victimhood, looking back on our stories and saying, this happened to me, I am a victim, it's really hard to see it as an illusion. It's really hard to see it as part of the perfection. Often we choose to invest belief in the reality of these things and want to fight them and show up and defeat them instead of letting go and accessing that higher level. And I can tell you, that's been the greatest lesson for me lately. Practicing letting go. Not easy by any means, but I'll leave you with this. The peace that comes from letting go, that comes through our practice, is our birthright. Sometimes we may choose the suffering, but that's okay. Peace is tuning into and trusting this higher level of knowing to be our North Star. Thus, you're able to look back at any action and let go of the conditioned thinking of right and wrong, of guilt and shame, that the world and carnal collective consciousness has made its own. To simply release it and be free to hear that which the divine, the Most High, says is so. If it is so based on the word of the Most High, our own inner knowing at the highest level of consciousness, then so it is. Let no one tell you otherwise. This is the way to peace. What is for you, and no one can change that. If the I am, the great creator of all that is, the essence of who you are, tells you what is yours to know, to do, to be, as you listen and trust, then you cast off all things that are out of alignment with the truth of who you are, who you're here to be, and your road to peace. That's your way forward to freedom. That is your road to the great expression of limitless love and light you came to be. That is the answer. The way forward to peace is you. So, do you have a way to tune into your inner guidance? That's the question. Do you have a way to listen, to align, and to follow that North Star? If you don't have a practice already, of course, I encourage you to find one. And then we have a wonderful one called the Alignment Meditation, Aligned Inquiry. You can pick that up. But finally, as we move toward peace, it's not that we expect the world to go a certain way. For we are the peace on earth, even in the midst of war. It does not require everything around us to change. We are the peace that the divine has called upon. We bring inner peace to the appearance of chaos, that we might shine a light from the hill and let the world know love is always here. The hands of God, the eyes of God, the heart of God. To be the reminder of the way forward. Peace. So it is. So this song speaks to the message. Love to call the band back up to join me. And peace, I give thanks for, because it allows us to see the misery in a whole different light. To see its perfection, to see how it's actually for us, for our growth, for our transformation. Check this out. There's a feeling we all want. Sometimes it seems impossible, but it's truly what you came here for. Let me show you how to feel it more. A feeling once you learn to navigate, accepting all you contemplate. Let go, my friend, and don't resist. Trust into this and feel the bliss. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not hard when you choose differently. What you want ain't always what you think, so be here now. Accept it all and just allow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything's exactly how it should be. Sufferings, resisting what you don't want to feel. Accept it all and be healed. Whatever comes up in your soul, recognize it all and just let go. Release the labels, let it flow. Allow and know what you know. If your feelings, thoughts, and stimuli are all a part of the divine, then all is well and always is. Trust into this and feel the bliss. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not hard when you choose differently. What you want ain't always what you think, so be here now. Accept it all and just allow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything's exactly how it should be. Sufferings, resisting what you don't want to feel. Accept it all and be healed. Yeah, yeah. Before you were born, you chose this life to remember you were love and light. Understand that it's all here for you. A plan to help you know the truth. The divine uses everything to show you its love. Are you remembering? If there's one thing you can trust, you can always count on love.
There's a feeling we all want. Sometimes it seems impossible, but it's truly what you came here for. Let me show you how to feel it more. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's not hard when you choose differently. What you want ain't always what you think, so be here now. Accept it all and just allow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything's exactly how it should be. Suffering's resisting what you don't want to feel. Accept it all and be healed, yeah, yeah. It's not hard when you choose differently. What you want ain't always what you think, so be here now. Accept it all and just allow, yeah, yeah. Everything's exactly how it should be. Suffering's resisting what you don't want to feel. Accept it all and be healed, yeah.
He is not finished yet. We are truly grateful.
Thank you.
So could I call the prayer chaplain and the ushers up, please? And sometimes it's a blessing when we have a tech glitch. So what this does is it allows us to truly take in our offering affirmation. So I'm going to say parts of it first, and then I want you to follow me. Are you willing? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Divine love flowing through me.
Divine love.
It's up there?
Flowing through
Well,
me.
let's just do this thing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. I am now in perfect balance and flow with the universal tides of giving and receiving. Thank you, God. And so it is. And this next song, I think we get to sing along with
Yes,
him.
yes.
There was a time in my life I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can see if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day. You gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. I have heart. Yes, I'm only in here for God. Struggle no more.
Strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm holy
Okay, there's a few reminders. I know that we went over the announcements this morning, but I wanted to go over some reminders. There is a sign-up list in the bookstore for kitchen help. They're needing some kitchen help, so if you're willing to do that, please do so. Next Sunday is really, really full, and we're very excited about that. We have the new members class. We have not new members class. The new members will be coming forward and made new members. We have our choir performing under direction of Sarah Core. Yes, yes. And the agencies that we are gifting will be here at the service to pick up their gifts. So that will be absolutely wonderful, I'm thinking. You already know that we have the Healing Oasis on December 21st between 4 and 6 p.m. And then there's the Winter Solstice celebration. And we have the holiday concert on the 15th at 7 p.m. And then our Christmas Eve service will be at 10:30. And then we also have our 5 o'clock candlelight service. I think I covered everything. So now is the time when we stand and we join hands and we sing together the peace song.